Hello, Namaskar. Greetings from here. I'm talking to you from Muscat, Sultanate of Oman, across the Arabian Sea. The reason why I am interacting with you through this channel of Sahaj Yoga, Mahayoga, is on the pursuit of taking forward to you certain topics among other brothers and sisters, which is being done throughout for almost 24 hours on this great day. Today, all of you know, is the International Day of Yoga. And what a better day we could ask for. We are talking about something related to yoga. The real yoga here we are talking about. We are the family of Sahaj Yoga, where we have got connected and we knew the meaning of life. We got the real truth in our life. So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let me just give a short introduction about myself. My name is Sudeep Ramachandran, speaking to you from Muscat, Oman. Like you, I am also working. Some are business people, some are working. I am working as a marketing professional in pharmaceutical, and I'm a community pharmacist. Not to say much about it, but certainly to highlight one factor is I'm proud to say that I am a Sahaj Yoga practitioner by the grace of the all-pervading divine. So we, on behalf of Sahaj Yoga family, myself here, once again, I do not know whether you would be taking the greet of good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, because there are different time zones all over the world. One would be clicking and watching this. So, whatever it is, greetings to all from here. So, the topic, the aspect which I would like to present here is what is the purpose of my life, or let us me put this way, that what is purpose of our life. Now I am interacting, I am one with you, so let's together go for this quest, the search of this very $1 million question. What is the purpose of my life? Have you ever thought of it? Now let's see. So we go from here on the parameters of this topic. What is the purpose of our life? We start with an exclamation, isn't it? So, like we are in a surprise. So, some of you would be in a fix. What is this guy talking about? Why are you asking this question suddenly? Yes, quite genuine. It would be a surprise because many of us would not have thought about it. So, it's the same. The second point would be a question mark. Let me put it this way, that yes, somebody would be thinking, why have I not thought about it? I've been doing so much. I've been working hard. I've been gone through a lot of stress, strain, emotions, and everything, sadness, joy, everything. And sometimes many a times I didn't meet my expectations. I thought of, I thought like this, it didn't come like this. But why have I not thought or put this question in my mind, even at any point in my life? Some may think like that. This question mark is another area that some we would be into. So let's together answer this question. Let's find out the possible answers for this $1 million question. What is the purpose of our life? I didn't put a question mark over there on the heading because certainly we are going to find the purpose of our life. We are going to find the answer for our quest today. So we all answer as a common understanding, let's say to reach high in society, to earn a lot of money, to have a family of our own, to bring up our young generation better than us, that is our children, to grow better than us? Is it not? And what else? So even though this is not a two-way interaction session, we give a pause between each other so that you also think about it. What else can you think about? What is the purpose of our life? The common logic thinks that we where we are looking, or we were looking, we didn't get it, or we are going to look further, our ambitions is for that. So many like this. And do our answers go on? Yes. To have a full of entertainment, fun, and enjoy the life to fullest whatever way we want, have more luxuries when some can have, some cannot have. So some say that we are contented in saying that to lead a righteous life, to lead a qualitative and balanced, healthy lifestyle, to lead a spiritual life, going to the worshipping places. You can see some people always going to the temple and churches and going into the discourses and doing some rituals for God, God service decades, charity service in the name of the God. There are so many things that they feel happy. They think that that is the purpose of my life. And some say that just want to run in. बाबा मेरे को ऐसे हर रोज जिंदगी गुजारना है. That means in Hindi what I said was I just wanted to run my life daily course जैसे है वैसे ही and let it go on. So while we go on to these answers that we are looking for, and still you people might be answering, all brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, you would be still having a quest on this and you will be answering. Sure. Now let's put a focus on this slide, which says our evolution. We all know that we were evolved. Human beings, this unique beings, we just didn't come. The divine power, with a lot of planning, a lot of infrastructure, God, if you will go to the history of evolution, you would have found a lot of species were created before us, and finally we have been born as human beings. We have come in this earth as human beings, and we are really unique human beings. So where did we come from? As a scientist says here, we were evolved out of the unicellular organism amoeba. But what the scientists say, now we are all scientists, we'll put ourselves into that position. Like everybody, every human being is a scientist if he looks into things with an open mind, explores, and with a quest, with an open heart, looks at things, then everybody is a scientist. So, like we put into the shoes of the scientist, we are a scientist, of course. So, in our personal opinion, we say that this evolution process holds true for all the species. And from amoeba, slowly, finally, we were evolved as the human species. But we should agree to the fact that human species is the only species having that cognitive higher skills. What they say is that even the dinosaurs, we all know about dinosaurs, ruled the earth before us, never had those skills, even though they had all the dominating power, but never they could develop in a technology or do some special things. So they cannot be called as unique. So human beings are the only unique species in the evolution, the history of evolution, and we need to accept it. It's a fact. Without any debate, we all can accept it. Correct? Let's move on. So this puts up a clear picture. Now the slide in front of you gives up the steps of our evolution. Of course, all the steps of evolutions cannot be figured out here because it would be difficult, practically impossible putting all our evolution process in one slide. Certainly, let's cut it short and say that we were born from we were evolved from the unicellular organism amoeba, and slowly the species just before us, the monkey species, the ape, chimpanzee, then uncivilized hunters, Then finally came the civilized man. So if you will talk about one, two, three, four, five, the sixth person, the sixth picture you are seeing, a man walking, that's our evolution. That's the stage we are. Correct? We all agree that. We are all aware of that. We need not talk much about that. We need not discuss much about that. We know that we have got the organs, we have got this two hands, we can think, we can plan, we can do researches, we can discover something, we can be creative. So many things. The human beings has got that unique power, which we call as the extrasensory perception or the sixth sense. Like the five senses which the animals had, there was a lacking that they couldn't do. It was five senses, but they could only do within a limitation. But the sixth sense of the human beings could do a lot. So we know till here we have been evolved. What is the seventh person who's sitting there doing? He's sitting and still searching for something, like a scientist with an open palms, with an open heart. Probably he's searching for something. What is he searching for? Like we say, we need to search the purpose of our life, then we need to know the truth about ourselves. We need to know the exact truth. Just like that, we cannot say there is nothing vague about it. Like this could be the first purpose of life, this could be the purpose of life. For this, what we need to do is that we need to go inside. So what is said is that as you go to the scriptures and everything, every religion or every area or every old scripture say that we should know about ourselves. The only area where we were lacking is, in spite of having this extrasensory perceptions or sixth sense awareness, we never went inside to know our truth, honestly speaking, because we didn't have any media or we didn't have an easy way to find out that actually. So the person sitting there on the seventh picture, if you see, these were the people. Can you remember that? Can you call him as a saint? Could be. So the saints were searching for something. So this was happening in the past. And this truth is the human beings were there inside for so many years, maybe thousands of years. And some people were succeeding. They were successful in finding the truth after so many quests. How was it possible? Going out of the family life, going out of the normal life of the existence, going far away, leaving out everything, sacrificing everything, probably in a corner of mountains like you heard about Himalayas. These people finally were called as saints. They got the title saints because really it's a saintlyhood character they have shown, because so many years they have gone out and they have done the quest and finally succeeded in finding the truth. So what they said, and that's why this was there already in age old in the history, the scriptures, that we need to know about ourselves. Then we will know the meaning of our life, or we will know the purpose of our life. So this could be the search of that man who was sitting. Let's see. So what is the man sit and search for? Could be peace and tranquility. What is my purpose? And then he is going away. Does my evolution stop here? And what is the truth about myself? To know the answer of all this, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, my dear family, we need not go anywhere now. The purpose of life would be understood by a simple experience of knowing the truth within ourselves. And what is the truth? I would directly take you to a video in front of you where you can know an animated picture of our own self, where the inner part is shown and a beautiful thing is coming up. So we are from Sahaj Yoga family. Through Sahaj Yoga, you can discover the truth within, and that truth would really should be giving you an answer about this question, the $1,000,000 question: what is the purpose of my life? Now, I would like to just go back to a slide which is just before. So, as we said, a personality of human beings is a total personality. Like, so many aspects are bound to him. If you look at an animal, so many things are cannot be accessed by an animal, but human beings, you can see that body, he takes care of his body, he wants to shape up his body. He is into the social life where he chills out his emotions, loving, care, friendliness with his family life. Mind, he thinks a lot, does a lot of research, discovers something, plans something, makes something creative. Materialistic, as it was the points were seen before, we want to earn a lot of money. We want to become very high in position in society, like in our jobs. We should go up in our career. Then, apart over a period of time, like after some age goes, then you will certainly search for a spiritual life. You go into the bhakti mark. Enough and more I've made now. Okay, fine, I've made my money, and my children are all well off. Like you can see people who are retired, they go to the lot of temples, churches, and spend their time there because they think that okay, now finally this is the purpose of my life. Now let us put it this forward. Let us ask within ourselves, if we would go in one aspect in this whole of the pie diagram you're seeing here, are we going to find that purpose of our life? Because if the logical part is human being is a total personality, and you can see here that inner harmony of all these things gives you the outer balance. So how can one go to one aspect and completely there is no harmony? Then where is the balance, outer balance? So ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, along with the founder of Sahaj Yoga, we bow to all the seekers of this truth today to know the purpose of life. Welcome to Sahaj Yoga, and the founder of Sahaj Yoga is Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. So what Shri Mataji has done is Shri Mataji started Sahaj Yoga. As we said before, this yoga was there for so many millions of years. But what happened is was only few people could achieve this after so many sacrifices, penances. We just gave an example, sorted out an example of Rishi Munis or sages, saints, and in the purpose of search of the purpose of life, they went. Probably we can see a 10% of the entire human race was succeeding in that. What about the rest 90% were still searching and in that process could not find and going into one aspect and getting into all sorts of confusions. What is happening now? This confusion should be either way because of the physical ill-being or mental ill-being or emotional problems, could be either those. Now, Sahaj Yoga, what Sri Mataji has done is by her own inborn powers, she had made this possible to have it en masse. She opened up the system of this universe in the year 1970. In a simplified way, she gave it to the people of 21st century. And that's why Sahaj Yoga is called as a simple yoga or a meditation technique where an experience where you could know the truth within ourselves. So welcome to Sahaj Yoga. Now before going further, we need to have a little bit of understanding about ourselves. As we said that we are going to know the truth within ourselves. We're going to see within. So we need to know what is there within us. We all know we have an outer body which differs in appearances. Each and everyone would differ in appearance. But There is an inner subtle system which is common for all the human beings. Now let's travel through this system and find out the purpose of life, find out the truth within us. So let's have an understanding. This inner subtle system was formed by a divine energy, which is their cosmos. We know that each and everything in this universe was created with some power above us. This power we may call it as godly power, some may call Allah, some may call divine, some may call you may call Param Chaitanya, you may call Jesus, whatever it is. This is the ultimately one godly power, that is the divine energy, the form of energy. The it is not a form. We can say it's a formless, but it is an energy that has come into the through the fontanel bone area of human beings. So when did it happen? This happened right from our birth. When the fetus was in the mother's womb, this came into this our fontanel bone area and created the subtle body within us, which is the base foundation of every human being, because which governs the physical aspects, mental aspects, emotional aspect. It controls our behavior, everything. So, what is this subtle system comprising of? It forms the three channels. Now, here we have the blue color. You can see it is named here as a left channel, and another channel, this is the yellow color, which is the right channel, and another, the third channel, is the central channel. Apart from that, there are seven energy centers which are there on either of these channels. These seven energy centers, let's say, govern the different qualities and control the different organs. So, what is this left channel for? When we become emotional, when we want to love somebody, we use the left channel. When you're thinking, planning, making some action, doing our job, we need our right channel. So both these channels are required. But what has happened is, in look out for the purpose of thinking that that would be the first purpose of life, as you would have seen in the previous slide about our total personality. Some of the human beings, some say, I want to go earn a lot of money. So what happens? He uses too much of his right channel, works hard, becomes more creative, want to show to his boss that he's working more and more, keeps on going, keeps on going. Probably he would succeed, earning a lot of money. But what happens? He has completely exhausted his right channel too much, because of which he gets into the factor called as stress, which is a mental stress, and because of which he is not only mentally disturbed, even physically also. There are a lot of problems, like the current disease, the fashionable disease we can call. Everybody, they have diabetes, we have hypertension. All these things are because of the excessive thinking, usage of right channel. When you would go further, grow into say yoga, meditate, and you will know the more truth and purpose of your life, you will understand what I'm talking about. Because this channel, when excessive use, creates these problems. Now, coming to the left channel, what happens? People get into depression because become so emotional. It should not have happened like that. Become sad, crying for everything, and then become more and more emotional. Yes, we need to be emotional, but that emotion is only when needed, when we are showing love to somebody, love to the children. Yes, only there. If it is used within its limits, it's fine. But when it goes to the extreme, the left channel is exhausted, because of which people get into depression. This is them talking about the mental level. And if there is a depression, more of depression, they even end up into psychosomatic diseases. There are so many diseases which I don't want to name it in and out now, but there are a lot of diseases, like All India Institute of Medical Sciences say that 95% of the diseases all over the world are psychosomatic in nature. Here, soma means body, psycho is mind. So, mind and body together is the contributing factor for all our diseases and illness. So, what is the solution for it? The solution for it, there is no other way. We need to be in the central channel, which is the divine channel, the channel where we can experience the divine, the channel where we can get this connection today. Through what? Through a very important parameter which I am going to talk about. Even though I am talking it at last, but it is a very important. This is an energy called as the Kundalini energy, which lies in the three and a half coil. So this energy, in the childhood days, it has the fetus, it was going inside and is giving the energy all the life, forming the subtle system. It is not going anywhere. It is going and settling down below our spinal cord, inside the sacrum bone. There's a bone called sacrum bone in a 3.5 coil form. And this energy is called as Kundalini energy. We may call it by any name. We may call it true. We may call it pure energy. We may call it divine energy. We may call it Mother Kundalini, because this is a feminine energy. But this is a very, very, very pure, important, nurturing energy, loving energy, which knows everything about yourself. Why this energy is lying dormant is because the child initially is joyful, the connection is open. You will have seen the child when is born, there is a soft bone in the childhood. The spontaneous bone area is very soft. Then later on gets calcified. So initially that connection which was there, that got cut out. But energy is there within. It is having all the life. Only thing is it is in a dormant state, not knowing what to do, just without any kind of actions. It is just there. Now we need to awaken this to know our truth. And it is really possible by the discovery of this unique gift to mankind from Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi in the year 1970 through Sahaj Yoga. This can be awakened today, and we would be experiencing. We would not just be experiencing, we will be peaceful, relaxed, and then we can also feel, yes, this I have never felt. And then we can have an answer for ourselves. The purpose of human life is to get connected to the all-pervading divine power, sorry, and get the qualities of the divine power. We lead a healthy well-being. They say in Gita, you would have seen Yoga Kshema Bahamya. When there is a yoga, there is a well-being for us in all the parameters, physically, mentally, emotionally. And not only that, we can have a better, we'll become a better human being. Now, not that we are bad, that there are qualities within us which is not allowing us to lead a normal life, calm, stress-free life. Somebody is too much angry. Somebody is looking at too much of money. There are a lot of chaos going all around the world. There is no peace within. There is fighting going on. So many things are going. This is because there is an imbalance and peace within. Imbalance and lack of peace within. So what happens is the purpose of life, we can have an answer then that we will be connecting with this all-pervading power today. And when the connection is done, and we would sustain our connection, go ahead further, grow into this, we can become ideal human beings. That is the purpose of our life. That is to human being to achieve the yoga. Where it has come, the higher evolution. It is not enough that we are just human beings. We need to become a higher evolved human being. We can even put a word for ourselves that we need to become a superhuman being. Superhuman being. That is the purpose of our life. For this, we need to be in the present. And for being in the present, we need to be in the balance. This is possible only if we are in the parasympathetic nervous system. I put a word here, parasympathetic nervous system. You might be saying, suddenly I could feel that this is a medical term. Yes, this is completely related to the medical. This is verifiable. This is the science of spirituality and the science of even the medical science. Everything is related because we have all these channels are called as the nervous system. I said left channel means left sympathetic nervous system. Right channel means it is right sympathetic nervous system. The central channel I mentioned where our energy is going to awaken, we are going to feel that, we are going to be in the balance is the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, a point to add that why we need to be there on the center because our mind is oscillating between past and future. Only the thoughtless state can take us into balance, and then we are human beings, the higher evolved beings bound to be can be in the actual state of meditation. So we don't need to be a master to become into meditation, go into meditation. We just need this loving energy support. We can, with a pure desire, this awakens and can get connected and give us a thoughtlessness, and also we can be in the meditation state. So what is happening here? You can see here. We are oscillating because one thought comes, another thought comes. So we are either in the cusp of this thought, so past and future, but we miss out this thoughtless awareness, which is the present state. We call it Vilamb in Sanskrit, which is a present. It's a gift from the God Almighty, but somehow we miss it out. And let us be honest in saying that we miss it out because we didn't have an easy way, or effortless way to experience this. And today, through Sahaj Yoga, the unique spiritual discovery of modern time, we are going to experience this. So, past or future, it's not going to lead us anywhere. It's only future is a mystery, past is a history. Both are blind ends, and that's not going to have any kind of meaning in our life or purpose of our life. We just be there mentally, think about it, that's it. But we are not able to evolve further and really know the truth about it. When we know the truth about it, then we are a very satisfied person. So, to know the complete Sahaj Yoga meditation, let me list out whatever we have said now, our real meaning and purpose of life. Saha means with, Ja means bond. We need to get connected with the union with the divine power. That is the first thing. How? Through Sahaja, the energy that is born in us. Through Sahaj Yoga, it is possible. So, what is that energy called? Kundalini. It is the God's power residing in us. Subtle system. We had an understanding within us comprised of 7 energy centers and 3 channels. And Mother Kundalini rises with our pure desire, not me telling or any other brother, sister telling, or somebody else of your friend told. This has to rise on your own pure desire. So have a pure desire, open heart, open mind, like a scientist, and let us experience this. And we can experience it today now through the process of what we call as self-realization, realizing ourselves, our own self, finding the truth of ourselves. Nourishes our inner system and connects to the divine power. Of course, Kundalini energy does that. And over a period of time, when we practice, this brings the inner transformation. And finally, is it not the purpose of life that we should basically have a stress free, peaceful, and balanced lifestyle? So, I request you all kindly, wherever you are sitting, please open your palms completely, like that seventh person whom we call, whom we identified as saint before, like a scientist with the open palms, complete fingers open. We sit comfortably. Now, here again, the question, should I sit down or should I be using a chair? We would request you, the choice is yours. If you can sit on the ground, would be great. But please be comfortably placed. If it's not possible, please use the chair. You can comfortably sit on the chair. But both the feet should be firmly placed on the ground, on the Mother Earth, because we are made of these 5 elements. And Earth is one of the element, one of the major element. We keep both the feet firmly on the ground. We sit relaxed. Let's close our eyes for a moment and let's take a deep breath inside. In, out. Keep the eyes closed as such. We take a little bit of pause. I'll take you through another video which shows you the steps of the actualization process, the relaxation process, where we need to keep the action part, the right hand, and throughout our left side, the left channel in different centers in order to activate this Mother Kundalini energy and feel within us. And then I'll give a pause and again list out, explain to you so that you will be clear. Then the founder of Sahaj Yoga, Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, who's a doctor also, Dr. Nirmala Srivastava, would be taking you through the great day, the great event of self-realization. Please exactly follow the steps and repeat whatever she says from the heart so that you can experience it. Now, right now, we'll all sit, can close the eyes, keep the palms open, full heart have the desire, yes, I would like to know the purpose of my life. I want to know this truth, what it is within, this energy awakening today. I'm waiting for it. So, just with this pure desire, keep your eyes closed. Probably you can take your breath in and out very slowly and relax. Can you please open your eyes? Please have a look at this video. Now, before going ahead, I will once again repeat the steps for you because the videos run through, some would not have been able to catch up. Please keep the left hand as such in the lap. With your right hand, please take it to the position of the left side of the chest. This is the first step that was shown in the video. We are putting our right hand at different centers of our left channel to activate this beautiful energy that is going to give the answer for you for the truth within. Then we'll take on the upper part of the abdomen, the right hand on the left side of the upper part of the abdomen, as you've seen in the video. Please just reproduce the picture which you've seen in the video. Then we'll take the third step is the lower part of the abdomen. Then again back on the upper part of the abdomen. Back on the heart, left side of the chest, left side of the chest. Then we take it on the left side of the neck. Then we take it on the forehead, over the forehead, like we have headache. We hold both sides of the head. We bend our head down. Then we take it back. Back side of the head, as it was shown in the video. And finally, on the top of our head, where we are going to feel this energy today, we'll bend our head little down and fingers stretch outside. Press it hard. What we'll be doing, Shri Mataji, exactly what she says, please follow. She would be advising you to rotate the scalp portion here and please do follow exactly from the heart. Please do not analyze or wherever the flow goes, exactly you can follow what Shri Mataji says and repeat whatever she says, the affirmation from the heart. So let's start. Please keep the eyes closed and we will start the video of self-realization from the founder of Sahaj Yoga, Her Holiness Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi.
Keep your eyes closed. First of all, please put your right hand on your heart. All the time the left hand is towards me. Now, here you have to say, in your heart, with all sincerity, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question 3 times in your heart. This is a very fundamental question. Now bring the right hand on to the left hand side of your stomach, in the upper part. Here press it. Now this is the center of your mastery, your guidance, your Guru Tattva as they say. So ask a question, Mother, am I my own master? This is a question to be asked 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Now, bring your right hand down below, in the lower part of the abdomen. Now, this is the center from which all the divine work is done. All the pure work is done. So to ask 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. 6 times you just ask. As a result of this asking, the Kundalini starts getting awakened. Now to help the Kundalini rise, you have to cooperate with her. So please put your right hand on the left hand side in the upper part of your abdomen and press it on the stomach. Now here you have to say with full confidence to help the Kundalini to rise, Mother, I am my own master. This you have to say 10 times. These are the 10 commandments which you have to say. That, Mother, I am my own master. Now, 10 times with full confidence. Now please raise your right hand to your heart. Now, here you have to say, again with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This is the truth. You are the Spirit. But you have to say with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This you have to say 12 times. Now one has to know that God Almighty is the ocean of love. But above all, He is the ocean of forgiveness. So He forgives. Whatever wrong you do, He forgives. So don't feel guilty and put your right hand across. On the left hand side, in the corner which is made by your neck and your shoulder. Now here you have to say, again with full confidence, 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty. Please say it. Mother, I am not guilty. 16 times. I am not guilty at all. Please say it. Please say it. Very hot. Now raise your hand across on your forehead. And it's a very important center. Here you have to say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please say it from your heart. How many times is not the point. Mother, I forgive everyone. Now, some would say that it's very difficult to forgive. But it's a myth that we do not forgive or we forgive. We do not do anything in both the cases. But if we don't forgive, then we play into wrong hands. So please say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now please take your hand on the back agya, the same center, on the back side of your head and allow your head to rest on it and push it back a little bit. Now here, you have to say, for your satisfaction, because you always feel guilty, that, O Divine, if I have done anything wrong, please forgive me. Please forgive me. From your heart. Stretch your hand fully and put your center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a very soft bone in your childhood. Press it hard. Press hard your scalp. Now you have to move it 7 times, saying one thing, which you have to ask for. Mother, please give us my self-realization, because I cannot force on you. So you have to ask for it. 7 times, press it hard and move it 7 times, very hard. Slowly, saying that.
Keep your eyes closed and we request you, you can feel this energy now. Sure, you all would have felt thoughtless, relaxed, peaceful, no doubt about that. What we request now is kindly, please, with your left palm, with your eyes closed, please take it few inches away on top of the head where we had rotated with the eyes closed. And please watch minutely if there is any cool breeze that is coming out of the palms, which means it's really great. That's ultimate that you've got the coolness, which is the awakening of the Mother Kundalini and come out of the fontanel bone area on our childhood. And the purpose of life is met, that we have got the yoga with the divine power, as it was mentioned. Our primary objective, the real meaning, the truth within ourselves, that we are this higher evolution. We need to get connected with the all-pervading divine. That is the purpose of our life. If it is not cool, for some it could be hot, warm, doesn't matter. Again, the Kundalini energy has risen and that has come up and that has got connected. That is the meaning. Some may feel it very light, some may feel it very little more intense. It depends on the individual perception. Doesn't matter. This is just the beginning. If we would not feel on the left palm, we can feel on the right palm. Can we keep the left palm on the lap and we will just check with our right palm, few inches away. Again, you can move forward, front, back, and straight. Some point you would feel it. Normally, intensely you should feel from the top of our head. Very mild. Could be warm, hot, whatever it is. Some may not feel anything, but ultimately you will be feeling relaxed. We keep both the palms at the level of the heart and try to see our status. Are we thoughtless? Are we relaxed? Even that is fine. That is the purpose of our life. Through this awakening, we have found the truth. We have discovered that by keeping an open heart and with a pure desire and an open mind. And you can just take both your palms above towards the sky and ask, "Oh divine energy, oh Mother Kundalini, is this the purpose of my life? Is this the pure divine energy within me? Is this the truth within me?" And try to feel that, the form of cool breeze, maybe warm, maybe better. And now we can take both the palms on the lap as you started. Keep the eyes closed and slowly you can open. Look at the photograph in front of you. Now, before we end, where we are almost going to wind up the session, Sahaj Yoga meditation is beyond everything, beyond all countries, caste, creed, religion, because this is the basic human system and this is the basic truth within every human being where they can find the purpose of life. You can see this, our neighboring countries here, we're talking from Oman, our neighboring Arab country, Kuwait. We are here in Oman. You can see, even though this was originated from India, very effortlessly, joyously they are practicing. They are undergone their realization. And here also it is being practiced here in Oman. So like this, Sahaj Yoga is there in almost 150 countries now. So it's always free and open to all. Why it is free? You need not think about, because it's like taking a breath every day. It's a normal routine. It is within you. We didn't give anything. Just you have activated with your own pure desire. So one cannot be charged for this. It's open to all. It's always free for any time of life. So brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, my dear family, we request you to kindly try this with an open mind, open heart. There are a lot of things to learn. Grow more into it. Know more about Sahaj Yoga in your area, in your country. You can log on to the websites. This website will be available here in Sahaj Yoga, Mahayoga, this channel itself. You can find it out. Or you can find it out in your own country, in your own local area. If you want to go, I'll just name it out. It is www.sahajyoga.org. Sahajyoga.org. You can log on to the website. You'll get the details of the centers and the places where you can learn more about Sahaj Yoga, know more about Sahaj Yoga, and meditate every day, and know more and more of the purpose of all right, know more and more of our truth. With this humble request, myself, your brother, thanking the International Yoga Day organizing people and the Sahaj Yoga family of Global Sahaj Yoga Mahayoga platform, the entire team from Oman, signing off. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. It is our joy and pleasure to give you this knowledge and impart to you. Thanks a lot.